Hi all. Today we will discuss some problems related to Newton's third law of motion and Newton's second law of motion and law of conservation of momentum and recoil velocity. Okay. So first of all we will discuss the simplest example of Newton's third law when a book is kept on a table. Okay. So table is there. There we are keeping a book. So when we are keeping a book on the table, we can say that weight is acting vertically downwards. No, weight is acting vertically downwards through the center of gravity, through the center. So we can say that book is exerting a force on the table which is equal to W, and this table will exert equal and opposite force on the book, that we can say as the normal reaction. That we can write it as R. So R is the normal reaction. Okay, R is the normal reaction. So we can say that book is kept stationary on the table because these two forces are acting. These two forces are balanced. That's why it is at rest. So we can write W plus R is equal to 0, or we can write W is equal to minus R. Okay. So both are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. So whenever we are dealing about weight or normal reaction, so we can say since the book is on the table, this weight is acting vertically downwards. So we can say that weight is exerting a force on the table. So this table will exert equal and opposite force. That force we can say as the normal reaction. Normal reaction is very important. Either some books they will write it as N or R. It's not a matter. That is the normal reaction. It will be always act in normal direction to that object. In normal direction. Okay. In perpendicular direction. Is it clear? So W plus R is equal to 0. That's why that book is stationary. Or we can write W is equal to minus R. Okay. And now we will discuss the next example. We'll discuss the next example. Apparent weight of an object in an elevator or lift. So here this apparent weight, whenever if it is in the normal situation, apparent weight will be equal to the actual weight. But if it is if a person is in a lift, and if the lift is moving upward direction with some acceleration or moving downward direction with some acceleration, the actual weight and apparent weight will be different. Actual weight means the normal weight W itself, but apparent weight means whenever the object is, whenever that person is in the lift, what happens if he uses a weighing machine to weigh his weight? What happens is that the actual weight will not be measured. It will be measured. It will measure the apparent weight, which is nothing but the normal reaction. Okay, normal reaction will be equal to the apparent weight of an object in an elevator. That is very important. Normal reaction will be the apparent weight. In normal cases, normal reaction and weight will be equal. That's why we discussed R is equal to W. But if that object, that person or object is in an elevator or lift, what happens? Normal reaction and apparent weight. Normal reaction will be the apparent weight. It may not be equal to the actual weight. So different cases we can consider. First case we are considering the lift is moving upward direction, moving up with an acceleration lift is moving up with an acceleration. Okay, so which are the forces acting? We can see here W is acting here and normal reaction is in upward direction. Here it is moving up with an acceleration A, which means R is greater than W. So we can write net force is given by R minus W. No. According to Newton's second law, we can write net force is equal to mass into acceleration. Here mass remains constant. That's why we can write ma itself. So here net force, since it is moving up, we can say R is greater than W. So we can write R minus W is equal to ma, or R minus W, where m is the mass of the object. A acceleration, and R, what is R? R is the normal reaction, and W is the weight of the object. So instead of W, we can write mass into acceleration due to gravity. So R minus mg is equal to ma, or we can write R is equal to mg plus ma, or we can write R is equal to m into g plus a. So what will happen to the weight of the person? This is the apparent weight. So apparent weight will be, we can write apparent weight is equal to R, which is equal to m into g plus a. So we can say that apparent weight will be more than the actual weight. Okay. Why? Because mg plus ma it comes. Okay. So it will be, apparent weight will be more than the actual weight if the person is moving up with an acceleration a. If the person is in a lift and if the lift is moving with an acceleration a in upward direction. Is it clear? And now we will discuss the next case. Okay. What is the next case? The lift is moving downwards with an acceleration a. So in this case, which force is more? We can say W is more than R. We can write W minus R is equal to net force, and net force is equal to, we can write mass into acceleration. So W minus R is equal to ma, or we can write mg minus R is equal to ma, or R is equal to mg minus ma, R is equal to m into g minus a. R is equal to m into g minus a. Okay. So this is the apparent weight or normal reaction, or we can write apparent weight is equal to m into g minus a. So we can write apparent weight will be lesser than the actual weight. Actual weight is mg. So apparent weight is less than actual weight if the lift, if the person is in the lift or the object is in the lift and if the lift is coming down with an acceleration. Okay, is it clear? Next case we will discuss. The third case is when the lift falls freely. When the lift falls freely means acceleration of the lift will be equal to acceleration due to gravity. So here already we discussed the relation R. Apparent weight is equal to, here we can say that for downward motion already we discussed what we have to write. W minus R is equal to ma, or R is equal to W minus ma, or mg minus ma, or R is equal to m into g minus a. And since the lift falls freely, we can write A is equal to G. So R is equal to m into G minus G. What happens? 0. So the apparent weight is equal to 0. So this equation is known as weightlessness. That is the apparent weight. If the apparent weight of an object is 0, that situation we will call it as weightlessness. Okay, is it clear? So this is the next case, and last case we will discuss when the lift is moving with a uniform velocity. When the lift moves up with a uniform velocity. If the lift moves up with a uniform velocity, what is the net force? net force is 0. Since it is moving with uniform velocity, net force is 0. There is no acceleration. So net force is equal to 0. Okay. It is moving up. So we can write, if it is moving upward, we have to write, normally we will write upward direction force will be greater than downward. That's why R minus W, this will be equal to 0. Why it is 0? It is net force is equal to what we normally we used to write net force is equal to mass into acceleration. Since it is moving with uniform velocity, acceleration is 0. So we can write R minus W is equal to 0 or R is equal to W. This is the same case if the lift is coming downward with the uniform velocity. Also same case we can write. Moves up, we can write or down. Up or down. So in the case of downward case, what happens? We used to write W minus R is equal to 0. W is equal to R. So in both cases, we can write R is equal to W if the lift is moving with uniform velocity, either in upward direction or in downward direction. In that case, we can say normal reaction will be equal to weight. In all other cases, there will be difference. If it is falling freely under gravity, we can say that normal weight or apparent weight will be equal to 0. That equation is known as weightlessness. Okay, is it clear? Now we will discuss some problems. A force of 72 Newton is inclined to the horizontal at an angle of 60 degrees. Find the acceleration in a mass of 9 kg which moves in a horizontal direction. So here what is given? If force is given, what is the value of force? 72 Newton. Force, it is making an angle 60 degree with the horizontal. Now what we have to find? We have to find the acceleration in a mass of 9 kg. What's the specialty of that object? Which is moving in horizontal direction. So only the horizontal component of this force will contribute for the further motion of this object. Okay. So the object's only horizontal component of force. So what is the horizontal component? The 60 degree. So which component will be along this direction? We can write F cos theta. No. So horizontal force we can write. Horizontal force is equal to F cos theta. F value is 72 into cos 60 degree. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So 72 into 1 by 2, what you will get? 36. So 36 Newton is the horizontal force. Now mass is given. Mass is equal to 9 kg. Now we can find acceleration. Acceleration is equal to horizontal component of force divided by mass. So 36 by 9, which is equal to 4. What is the unit? All data is represented in SI unit. So acceleration we can write 4 meter per second square. Okay. Now we will proceed to the next problem. A bus starts from rest, accelerating uniformly with 4 meter per second square. At t is equal to 10 seconds, a stone is dropped out of a window of the bus 2 meter high. What are the magnitude of velocity and acceleration of the stone at 10.2 seconds? After 0.2 seconds. Okay, 10.2 seconds. What is the velocity, magnitude of velocity and acceleration of the stone? And it is given that take g is equal to 10 meter per second square. We can take g as 10 meter per second square. Okay. So it is already given starting from rest. Initial velocity is 0. Acceleration is given 4 meter per second square. So at 10 seconds, okay, we can find the x component or horizontal velocity. Vx is equal to u plus at. U is 0. plus 4 into 10. So 40 meter per second is the horizontal velocity of the bus. No. After 10 seconds. At 10 seconds, the x component of velocity is 40 meter per second. So the stone also will have the same velocity. Horizontal velocity will be 40 meter per second. Now what is the vertical component of velocity? At that instant, stone is dropped. So we can write ux. Okay, ux. Similarly, uy. That instant, stone is dropped. So we are dropping that object. That what is the y component? Initial y component velocity is 0. And here time, what is the time? 2 seconds. No, 0.2 seconds. 10.2 seconds. After 2 seconds, what is the y component of velocity? So we can write vy is equal to uy plus g into t. Uy is 0. 0.2 into g value, we can take it as 10. What you will get? 2 meter per second. Okay. So this velocity remains constant. After any instant, this x component of velocity will remain same because it is already detached from the bus. Okay. Stone is already detached from the bus. So x component of velocity remains same. And y component of velocity we got. Now we can find the resultant velocity magnitude. It is given by vx square plus vy square. So v is equal to root of vx is 40 square plus 2 square. So v is equal to root of 1600 plus 4 root of 1604 unit. We can write it as meter per second. So this is the velocity of the stone at 10.2 seconds. Okay. Now we have to find the acceleration. What is the acceleration? Once it is detached from the bus, acceleration only which force is acting? Gravity is acting. So we can write, this is first part. For first part we can write like this. For second part we can write acceleration will be equal to acceleration due to gravity will be acting downward direction. The only acceleration will be acceleration due to gravity which is acting downward direction. Is it clear? Okay. Now we will discuss the next problem. Forces of 3 Newton and 4 Newton are acting on a body of 10 kg at an angle of 90 degree to each other. Find the acceleration, distance covered and the velocity of the mass after 10 seconds. Okay. So here what is given? Force is acting. 3 Newton force is acting in this direction on an object. And next one 4 Newton force. The angle between them is 90 degree. So first of all we have to find the resultant. How to find the resultant? We have to apply parallelogram law of vector addition. F is given by root of f1 square plus f2 square plus 2 f1 f2 cos theta. So net force is given by, what is f1 is given 4 square plus 3 square. Since theta is 90 degree, this term will be 0 cos 90. What you will get? Net force you will get it as 5 Newton. No, 16 plus 9, 25 under root, what you will get? 5 Newton. Now what we have to find? We have to find the acceleration. Mass is given. M is equal to 10 kg. So acceleration is equal to 5 by 10 is equal to 0.5 meter per second square. This is the acceleration. Once you got the acceleration, you can find velocity of the mass after 10 seconds. How to find? V is equal to u plus at. Initial velocity is 0. Acceleration is 0.5 into time 10. You will get 5 meter per second. And distance covered, displacement you can write is equal to ut plus half at square. Initial velocity is 0 before the force is acting. The object is at rest. Half into 0.5 into t square. What is t square? 10 into 10. So 5 5s are 25 units meter. You get displacement as 25 meters. Okay, is it clear?